Hello. Today we are going to make a calendar template. I'm going to make a new file. I could do this as a tall calendar, 8.5 by 11, or I could landscape it, which I think is like a normal calendar. But I think I'm going to be a little different and make mine a custom size, 11 inches by 11 inches, so that my workspace will be square. So this will be my calendar template. First thing I'm going to do is put some color on this background. I could put a solid color, I could put a pattern. I just love doing gradients. So it gave me whatever gradient I had last. We can see that there are choices here. Maybe I'm going to be doing May. I think I'll go for some pinks. So that works pretty good there. Okay. I am now going to insert an image. Under the file menu, I can place embedded, and you can search through your photos that are on the computer. I know that I have a document that I am going to, that's on my desktop that I wanted. Is it this one? Yes. So we place that image. And so there's my daffodil. I have this lock right there, so that's why I didn't have to worry about it changing its aspect ratio while I use that transform tool. Just click the check mark there, and now that photo is embedded. I could have also pressed enter. So I'm going to place that photo like that. Notice that the pink line is verifying that it is centered on the page. So I do quickly want to show you how to crop these images. If I make a rectangle of a specific size, there it is. Oops. Let me just bring it above my image. I'm going to make it a little bit translucent so I can kind of see through it. So I'll know where, so if I wanted it to be perfectly symmetrical upon my daffodil. So now that I'm sure I have the square where I want it located, I will bring the opacity back up. I'm also going to click on the fill and change it to something really bright and different from everything else on the image. I don't see any white on that image, so that's why I picked that color. The properties menu you're going to want to use in this assignment because it's going to allow you to change the size, position, and color of things that you have made. And so if the properties window isn't there, then you would just go to window and open up properties to be able to change colors. So now that I have this very different color, I will use my magic wand tool and select that. Oh, except it's like, I can't select a rectangle. Actually, it was upset because I didn't have anything selected. Now that I have the rectangle selected, it's still not going to want to do it. It says it's a fill layer. I just have to take that rectangle and rasterize it, which turns it into a picture instead of a shape. So now that it's rasterized, I can do this, and it's like very easily picked up that white square using the magic wand tool because it's such a different color and there's great contrast. And so now I can take that selection box and apply onto that photo, apply a mask. And I mean, I guess it would have been a lot easier just to use the rectangular selection tool and do something like that. And then you can even kind of move it over with your things and apply a mask. But you know, if it wasn't a square, that's a neat way to cut out your images if you wanted to do that for your design. All right, so I'm gonna add a rectangle here to make kind of a border for my photo, my image. Bring that down below. I can delete that rectangle I was using before. And so actually, to make sure that that border is exactly the size I want it to be, I'm going to look at the properties here, and I see that my image, my photo, is 9.45 wide by 6.33 high. So I'm actually going to add 2 to that, 9.6 6.53. I'm writing this down on a piece of paper. 6.503. I added 0.2 to both of those values. I'm going to grab the rectangle and type in those values. My width is going to be 9.653. And my height will be 6.503. Enter. Now I grab both of those by either holding the shift key and selecting two items at once. It's not working. Or holding the shift key over here and selecting two layers at once. I now have two objects selected. So notice some new tools pop up. They're like, do you want to align them on the left? Actually, I was thinking about aligning them at the centers, both horizontally and vertically. But I guess my math was off because I'm looking at the image and I see that, oh, now I see the image is 9.45. Yeah. And I don't know why that's being so finicky. Width is 9.453. Because it's locked. Duh. Okay. It wouldn't do it. Like I cannot change this width by itself. So anyways, actually, I kind of like that brown, so I'm going to leave it. Otherwise, I would have gone in here. Actually, I'm going to change it to a fill. I like the gradient fills. And then I'm going to put some text in here. M-A-Y. And I'll go ahead and make it pretty big, but it got taller than my text box. All right. Last thing I was going to do was bring in an image from the internet to put on there. And so let me just go up to select. I think it's going to do a good job of selecting that emerald. Yeah, it sure did. Put a mask on it and then bring that over to my document. It's just the birthstone of May. So it's a nice high res emerald. Okay. So that's enough to get started with. I'm going to go to File and do a Save As. This is a Photoshop document. It is going to be saved on my desktop. I think I'm going to change it to Documents because that's a good place to put our stuff. We sometimes can have trouble finding these folders on here. You have, under user, you should also have student accounts there. This computer only has teacher admin on it, but they're in my documents. It's just a better place to save. Oh, wait, except I did want to actually give it a good file name. So File, Save As, and now it's in my documents, and I'm going to call this May Calendar and save it. Okay. But now check it out. I'm going to go right back again and go File, Save As, and change this name to June. This is just an easy way to make a copy of a document. June calendar, save. Okay. Just to prove it to you, I'll go back to my homepage and you can see I have my May calendar there and I have my June calendar there and they're exactly the same. But I'll just go back real quick and change that to June. And, I'll come back, put a different gemstone there, a different photo, change the colors and stuff, and then save this as well. I just have to press save, click save because it already knows a name and a place where it's located. So now I'm going to go to Lightroom. I am going to make a new album. So right here, albums. In albums, I can make a new album and create that album. 2024 flower calendar. And so, flower calendar right there with no images in it. So I can add photos and I can add photos. They can be Photoshop photos. So here's my documents folder. It was May calendar. Review for import. So there it is. I just added one photo. You can add photos to your library from here or directly to your album. But what's important is once you have your album created and there's one photo in it, you will right click on it and click on share and invite. It seems like as soon as you click on get shareable link, your album becomes public. You can recopy it here and it just tells you I did copy that link. So you're done. And now notice that it says it's public. That link that you just got, if you attach it to the Google Classroom, is the way to turn in this assignment.